I'm here with Jimmy El Surdito Sapien, half Mexican, half Puerto Rican, man. How you doing?
Good, good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, you just got some work, man. You were telling me you did some sprints before you came to the gym, bro, you know?
Yeah, definitely got to get that cardio working. My cardio is good, and I'm feeling good where I'm at. So.
Hey, the work no one sees, right? Everyone just sees the glory.
Right.
For sure, man. Well, just to begin, man, tell us how you got your start into boxing.
My grandpa, he was a professional boxer. Fought in the army and stuff like that. And he really got my mom into it, working out. And my mom and my dad got into it too. So, my dad was an amateur fighter. And so when they were little, they put me in boxing. But I did a lot of sports. I did football. Every sport you can name, I did it. But when I was around 11 years old, I took boxing serious, and so that's when I started.
For sure, God-given athlete, man. I see you train, and you could definitely tell there's you have a lot of talent, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, you said what's it called? Boxing. You know, it seems like it runs in your blood, man. Can you just tell us a little about how your career is going? How many fights do you have? You know, just little things like that. How your career is pretty much playing along.
It's been going good. I've been trying to rack up as many fights as I can. I try to sway less away from the normal fight show people put on. And go into competitions and take those competitions on. I have about 20 fights right now. 3 years, 20 fights. So I'm definitely trying to keep it up. So.
Yeah, speaking of 20 fights, man, I thought you were gonna tell me you had like 50 fights, on how many tournaments and stuff you fought in. As you could see, we got the Junior Olympics, you got the sweater, so obviously you fought on that card, and then there's also, I know you've done the nationals, the silver gloves. Since when have you been fighting in these tournaments?
When I hit about 3 fights, I felt I was ready to go to the silver gloves. I won state, won regionals, went to nationals, went to the finals, and that was about my first competition, and it was a good experience. And from then on, I was like, I want to stick to competitions and normal shows rather than those. And yeah, it's been working out. I've been doing a lot of competitions. So.
No, that's good, man. What's it called? Because I mean, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure the all-end goal is to turn pro, and I mean, to get a good promoter, that's what that's what they're looking at, is all those tournaments and competitions you're doing. So it definitely seems like you're on the right track moving forward. So what's the next competition you got going on? What can you tell us about that?
So in about a month from now, maybe a little less than a month, in February, I got the National Silver Gloves. I qualified again for it. Won state, went 2-0 at state, went 2-0 at regionals, one knockout. So we got National Silver Gloves again. Last year I went to the finals. So it was, yeah, that's the next one. So.
And tell us a little bit about your experience at the finals.
I was really nervous, but once you get that first fight done, then you're on a streak. For me at least, I'm on a streak and I keep going. And the first fight, we got through that one pretty easy. Second fight was a tough one. We got through that one. Third one, I fought a guy with I had about maybe less than 6 fights maybe, and I fought a guy with nearly like 100 fights or something like that, or 50 or some high number. But I lost split decision that one, but it was a good experience. I mean,
No, for sure. I mean, You're fighting all these guys with, like you said, 50 to 100 fights, man, and that's like, like it just blows my mind that you said you only had five fights at the time. So I think that just speaks about how talented you are, and like what level of the amateurs you're on. It's like, yes, like you said, you have 20 fights, but you fight like someone that has 50 to 100 fights, man. So I mean, like I said, you have crazy talent, and I mean, anybody with eyes for the sports could see that, man. So I mean, what's your like why, like what keeps you motivated? I know there are those times when you don't, you wake up, maybe you don't want to run those miles, you don't want to go to the gym. You'd rather just kick back and watch a movie and stuff. So how do you what keeps you going?
I mean, just seeing the competition, see what they're doing, and watching professional fights and seeing how they speak and they go about themselves and how they train. It always keeps me motivated to work at that top level And some days I ain't motivated, but I know I gotta stay disciplined, stay focused, and then my motivation will come back. So that's what I be doing. Every day I wake up and I know what I'm gonna do that day. So.
No, definitely, I agree with you, man. And it just seems like you're mature above your ears too. You know, I feel like discipline outbeats motivation. Because I mean, yeah, you might be, you know, motivated for a week or two, but once that motivation goes away, it's like you gotta be disciplined on yourself. And also, what's it called? Speaking on, we were speaking on inside the gym earlier, off camera, and we were just talking about, you know, how we are in Northern Nevada, Carson City. You know, it's not the biggest town, doesn't produce the most champions or whatever, but it does produce some good fighters, man. And we just how we were talking about how every gym has anywhere you are is you have a pro and you have an advantage. So what can you tell us about your advantage to your disadvantages here living in Carson City, Nevada?
Well, here in Carson City, we have a high elevation, so that's definitely an advantage. And definitely when running, working anywhere, it's an advantage. You know, it's a little secluded more, so I definitely get all the work I need mentally, and I'm focused here, not a lot of distractions, so that's good. I mean, we do have some pros around here I get work with, and some decent fighters I get work with, but I make do with what we have, and it's been working out for me. So.
No, it definitely has been working out with you, man. But now switching over to a different topic, you as a boxing fan, like who are some fighters you look up to?
I like Tank, Shakur. You know, a lot of Southpaws. I'm a Southpaw myself, so that's what I look up to. Tank, Shakur. I like Mike Tyson. I take a lot from him. You know, just those real aggressive fighters. You know, I like Tiafimo. I like how he's flashy and stuff. Loma, I like his angles. You know, I take something from everybody, but those are my main ones.
So you just so you go back and you watch these fights and try to see what you saw and work on it on the gym, right?
Yeah, I definitely study a lot of fights, even amateur fights, because that's where I am right now. I'm an amateur, so I study, and I study a lot of people. So I think I take studying very seriously. I take what I can from people, chew the meat, spit out the bones. So.
No, for sure, man. It seems like you're a student of the game too, and it seems like you have a lot of respect for the sport, because you know, a lot of people don't know the difficulties of how hard boxing really is. So I mean, from you to, you know, be disciplined and to, you know, go home maybe with this on your downtime, that's what you do, study boxing, and that just speaks of how highly of you. And what's it called? But talk to us about your style. You said you like these aggressive styles, so explain to us about your style a little bit.
I feel like I'm smart. I feel like I fight smart but aggressive. I'm always pushing forward. I'm very good at pushing forward, and you know, all those fights I push forward and I throw a lot, and I'm smart with my combinations, and I feel like I have really good placement. I'm able to put people out in the amateurs and put people out in sparring. So you know, but sometimes I have to adjust, and I can adjust to someone shorter or someone who keeps their distance more, and I feel like I can adjust. But at the base, I feel like I'm a very aggressive fighter. That's what it is.
No, for sure. And yeah, just I mean, the times I've seen you spar, for sure, I see you get in there. You know, like you said, I feel like you definitely shows that you study Mike Tyson, because it seems like you get nice and low and bob and weave your way in there, and you just when you're just in there, you explode. So definitely, you know, like everything you're telling me makes sense.
Right.
But now, you know, what's it called? I don't want to take too much time of your hands. I want to talk to you more about a little fan. You know, just make the interview a little bit of fun. Who do you got? Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence? My camera just died, so I just want to, you know, apologize to Jimmy's fans. And but we were going with this is the fan segment. Just I wanted to get your opinion on a couple fights. And as we were saying, Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. Who do you got and why?
Like I said I got Errol Spence on that one. You know, he put his combinations together well. I like his style, and I watched him. I should have mentioned him earlier. He's one of my favorite fighters too. I got Errol. So.
No, yeah, the big fish, man. I like him a lot too, and he's a very aggressive fighter too, man. So
yeah, definitely.
It makes sense why you like him too. All right, for our second fight, Tank or Ryan Garcia?
I was a little bit, I've been thinking about this one a lot, and I got Tank. I think Ryan just hasn't seen enough war, and doesn't have enough experience to beat Tank. I think Tank's faced it all, and Ryan, he hasn't fought anybody notable as much as Tank has. So.
No, I totally agree with you, 100%, man. But watching this last fight with Tank, it kind of like I'm not saying that he's gonna beat him, but Tank does get hit a little bit too, man.
Yeah, he does take punishment. Honestly, Ryan's got that hook, so it could end that way too. I think it could go either way, but for now I got Tank. So
KO?
Yeah, KO. I don't see Tank winning unless he knocks him out.
And what do you think? Mid rounds, late rounds?
I say later. I know Ryan's gonna put up a good fight, but I know it'll be later rounds when Ryan gets a little sloppier. I know that those first 4 rounds or more, Ryan is real sharp and he's crisp, but he loses it during the later rounds.
I know for sure, man. And for the last and final fan segment of what we're talking about, Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney.
I got Devin Haney. He's very good at keeping his distance. He's more at the weight they would fight at. I feel like he's more comfortable. He's fought at that weight more time, 135. I know that Shakur hasn't really fought at that weight, so I know it would be a tough one. But I know Devin, he can pull through, and he on the scorecards he'll have it.
You got him edging him out, man. For sure. You see, that's probably the only one I disagree with you on, man. I like Shakur Stevenson.
I do like Shakur too, and he's a southpaw. So
yeah, to me, I think he's gonna be the pound for pound king of the sport in like the next 4, maybe 3 years or something. But I just want to thank you again, man, for your time.
Yeah.
And yeah, just Jimmy Hayden, people.